Today we're going to take a look at the new printing of Fantastic Four by Jonathan Hickman Omnibus Volume 1. It has an 800-page count and the cover price of $100. This book is set to hit the direct market March 16, 2022. Let's get into it. Stay tuned after the video to see how you can win a 1/10 scale Colossus statue from Iron Studios. Alrighty, so as I said before, this is the new printing of Fantastic Four Omnibus Volume 1 by Jonathan Hickman. This is the DM variant cover here. Great looking cover, man. And on the side, the great spine, the blue. There's something wrong underneath this, which I'll point out as well, unfortunately. But, it's a great looking book. Let's slide the dust jacket off here. And that's the standard edition cover there. Now, just looking at the inside of the dust jacket real quick, on the left-hand side, you get a bit of a history set up to the story of, after the Secret Wars and the Civil War, what this book contains. On the right side, you get the creators. So, standard edition here on the front, and on the side, the black spine for some reason. I don't know why they switched it, but they've been doing that a lot lately. They did that with the Charles Soule Daredevil Omnibus as well. Before we get into this, I'm going to point out a few things that is wrong with my copy. You never know what can happen, but maybe it's just mine, or maybe there will be a bunch of errors. Who knows? But there is a bit of like a gash in the side of here, which also the ink is a bit blurry in this area. Like those bubbles right there are very hard to read. That happens a few times throughout the book. It's also like on the back of the page as well, which is kind of unfortunate. Let me try and find the other one here. I know I put a bookmark in there. Okay, so it happens again here. So there's another bit of a gash and the blurriness of the words there, which and the artwork as well, which is kind of unfortunate. But I figured I would just point that out, just because there's some people who already have this book and think about getting the newer one to shave some shelf space because it's a little smaller. But there are some errors. There's also a little bit here. As you see, Sue's face there is a little blurry, and there's also another gash. And one thing I also noticed throughout this book is that there's a little bit of like ink blotches and bleeding throughout that, as you can see there, hopefully. So that you'll see it quite often throughout this book. Luckily, this will just be my reader's copy. I got it for free from Gem Mint, so I don't really mind any of these errors too much. But I'm sure some people in the Omni game, man, it's gonna blow their heads off. They're gonna be super pissed. But I figured I would point all of this out. So you get all the creators listed who worked on this wonderful story, but you don't get a table of contents. So I'll fill you in on what is collected. This book collects Dark Reign Fantastic Four 1 through 5, Fantastic Four 570 through 588, Fantastic Four 1 through 5, and material from Dark Reign the CABAL one-shot. Now this book starts out after the Secret Wars have happened and the superhero Civil War, and Mr. Fantastic creates this thing, the Bridge, which is like a trans-dimensional observation device to study how problems were solved on the thousands of other dimensional Earths. So he's like trying to figure out, how to solve problems. It's Reed Richards. He's a problem solver. That's what he does. So that's what he creates this thing for, which ends up leading into this weird craziness where, the other members of the Fantastic Four are showing up in like medieval times and whatnot. This is fantastic with the thing here. Like it's clobbering time, me lady. Hilarious. There's a lot of really, really funny parts in this book. This is my first time reading this run here, so I really enjoyed it. I think the artwork is just spot on, man. It's absolutely incredible. There are some parts where it's a lot more artsy. I do like the roles that the children play in this, Franklin and Val. I mean, this book, it's really interesting story. So I would say that like if you haven't read this, I would definitely pick it up because I absolutely loved every second of this. Oh yeah, him dressed up here, Franklin making fun of Norman Osborn's terrible ass waves, his crazy iconic hairdo. But man, it's a great read. I definitely highly recommend picking it up. I've heard this run praised so many times, and it definitely lives up to the hype. It's a great read. And as I said, like the artwork is absolutely incredible, man. So you got Norman Osborn coming in here, the kids defending the area, and you know, Reed Richards ends up seeing this thing happen through the bridge where there are some people on the other side. This artwork here with Doctor Doom and Namor, oh man, it looks crazy. It gives me some serious like Alex Ross vibes, some Doctor Doom ladies there. But there's a lot going on in this book. There's definitely a ton of stuff. I mean, a lot with Reed Richards, and he ends up finding this other like dimension with all these other Reed Richards here that are all basically gave up their like life and family and whatnot to try and like solve the world's problems. So they're all in this from different dimensions, all of these different Reed Richards, and they all have like infinity gauntlets too, which is kind of sick, but they can only use them in their own dimension. Just a badass artwork, man. Lots of crazy Galactus. Just really beautiful stuff, man. This is a great book. This is some craziness too. They like go around and they take all the Doctor Dooms and they kind of like make him brain dead, and then there's just a bunch of these like Dooms like underground in this little area that are just kind of roaming around saying like Doom or whatever. But eventually in here the Celestials end up like finding out like what's going on at these places, and they try to attack all of them. So there's a sick battle with all these different Richard Reeds and the Celestials. So there's an all-out battle. Great stuff, man. This book is just tremendous on so many different levels. It just reaches so many different areas. There's so many parts with the children. There's so many parts with Sue, Richard, and then it's Nathaniel, Richard's father. So lots of real funny stuff too, just like here, like Franklin's birthday party. Like, he's a big fan of Spider-Man, so Johnny Storm is always just talking mad shit about Spider-Man, which is pretty funny. You know, we get time travel from Franklin in the future, warning him that, you know, I think he warns him something about that he needs Doctor Doom to, like, solve the problems. So, you get some Mole Man action up in here. It's there are some parts that are a little confusing at times, I will say, because it's so damn scientific and whatnot and just complicated, but you know, it still flows pretty well. There's this great part here with these 4 kingdoms where Sue and them find them like have things like head grows mad weird, and they keep Johnny Storm keeps calling them like a monkey head, whatever. Just some tremendous stuff, man. Sue is, you know, trying to keep the peace between these 4 kingdoms, and your boy Namor shows up and he wants to start some shit because he's, you know, he's got the hots for Sue, obviously. He's damn trying to lay some pipe on Sue. Just some classic Fantastic Four stuff, man. Jonathan Hickman kills this. He absolutely destroyed it. This great issue here with Arcade just pops up out of nowhere. Arcade just runs like this toy store that Franklin wants to go to, and all these like dolls from Mr. Impossible come alive and start attacking everybody. Just some dope shit, man. And then the thing, the children, they end up finding like a cure for him. Not like an actual cure where he can be cured forever, but a cure that he will be human regularly for like a week out of the year. But there's like no time frame, so it can happen whenever, but it'll happen like maybe once a year. So he ends up like taking this cure and then, you know, turning into a human. And, you know, of course he's going to turn into a human, and then all this crazy shit's going to happen. But at least your boy Ben Grimm gets to lay the pipe in human form, because, you know, it's been a while since he's been a big old rock dude, which you know, I think is coming up shortly in this damn book. Yeah, here he is. So he takes the thing, turns human, and then he goes, hangs out with Johnny Storm. They like get into a fight with gang members and shit, and just go out on the town. And then you know, Ben shows up to the old Boo's house and lays the pipe. So, but like I said, inappropriate timing, because then all kinds of crazy shit happens. But as we're here now, let me just check out the binding. The binding is actually very good. Stone binding, of course. Decent eye. There's not really too much gutter loss in here. It's a well-made book, except for the damn errors that I showed you earlier. Namor looking all jacked and beefy, man. You get some Cyclops action, and Emma Frost up in here. Norrin Rad, Silver Surfer, ends up finding this Galactus dead inside the Earth that they use for power. And, you know, Galactus comes down. It's like, yo, what the fuck, bro? What's this all about? So I'll try to, like, pass over all this part, because I don't want to spoil too much of this. But, you know, an event happens that kind of really deeply affects the Fantastic Four family. And then, you know, you get to some stuff with the Immortals. So getting back to the end, we'll check out the cover gallery here. Bunch of covers. They don't have the covers listed throughout each of the issues in this book, so they just have a bunch of the stuff collected in the back. So you get all this great artwork. Franklin there with Spider-Man. Namor just stunting on Sue. Some Galactus stuff. Doom just looks epic as hell throughout this whole book. This is a fantastic read, man. Definitely recommend picking it up. I enjoyed every second of this read. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and as always, thank you for watching. Once we hit 500 subscribers, we're going to be giving away this 1/10 scale Colossus statue from Iron Studios. I'll use a random comment generator and pick the winner. All you got to do to win is be subscribed to the channel, like and comment on a video where I mention this giveaway, and you must be located in the United States. Good luck, and thanks for watching.